The cover of this book is so creepy. You take a picture of someone and they turn into a skeleton. Sadly, that's not the story. The skeleton thing is a one-paragraph dream on page 69, which was added after the book was finished. I feel ripped off.
Argo Fump Book Review, Argo Fump Book Review.
There are four friends named Greg, Sherry, Bird, and Michael. They're bored, so they decide to explore an abandoned house. That's never a good idea when you're a character in a Goosebumps book. There are rats and spider webs. It's really creepy. They go to the basement where Bird screams for help, but it's just a fake-out scare prank. The other kids play with clothes, while Greg finds a camera hidden in a locked cabinet. It just so happens that Greg loves cameras. He likes to read through camera magazines, and he daydreams about taking photos. What a crazy coincidence there's a camera nerd in the camera book. It's not a normal camera, though. It's an evil camera, which shows disasters that are about to occur. For example, Greg takes a picture of Michael. The picture shows Michael falling off a staircase about 10 seconds before that happens in real life. The kids are chased off the property by a crazy homeless man named Spidey. Spidey later breaks into Greg's house and tries attacking Greg at the park. Spidey's desperate to get the camera back. When Greg comes home, he takes a picture of Dad's new car. The picture shows the car totally wrecked. Naturally, Greg is terrified when Dad insists on taking them all for a ride. Dad drives like a maniac the whole time, and he goes past 75 miles an hour, even though his family is begging him to stop. Greg wants to take his own photo, but he doesn't know how to take a selfie. Really, Greg? You can't figure out how to take a picture of yourself? He takes a picture of his older brother Terry instead. The picture is a terrified Terry. Greg lies to himself and pretends the camera's broken. The next day, Greg takes a picture of Bird. It shows Bird lying on the ground unconscious. Greg and Sherry try and fail to open up the camera. When Bird is hurt, he's lying on the ground unconscious just like the photo. It's another fake-out scare prank. That is twice Bird has faked them out. Bird is a serious jerk. Then, during a baseball game, Bird is injured for real. A terrified Terry appears to tell Greg that Dad crashed the car. So all three photos came true in the same chapter. Sherry tells Greg to bring the camera to her birthday party so they can take silly photos. Why would she do that? She knows the camera brings disaster. Does she have a death wish? At the party, Greg takes two pictures of Sherry. In the photos, she's gone. She disappears for real not long after. She doesn't come back until Greg rips up the photos. She has no memory of where she was or what happened. Greg wonders, does the camera show impending disaster, or does it cause impending disaster? I'm more interested in the fact that you can rip up a photograph to undo the disaster. Greg should do that with the photo of Dad's wrecked car. Sadly, Greg doesn't realize he has total control over the evil photographs, probably because if the book did explore this angle, it would ruin all the tension. Greg and Sherry decide to break into the abandoned house again to put the camera back. They're caught by Spidey, who's actually a mad scientist named Dr. Fredericks. His life was ruined after he created the evil camera because he wasn't smart enough to throw it in a volcano or have the camera take a picture of itself. Dr. Fredericks decides to kill our heroes. Sherry struggles with him, and the camera goes off by accident. Dr. Fredericks dies of fright, and the photograph shows his corpse. In the cliffhanger, two bullies steal the camera. They don't appear in the sequels, so make up your own story about what happened to them. The end. Post-book follow-up. I thought this was a good book. Unlike the previous books, it's not a story about a monster. It's more of a psychological horror story. It's actually a nice break from the monster stuff, and the mad scientist at the very end was done way better here than the witch at the very end of Monster Blood. A camera that tells the future is a neat idea, even if it's taken from a Twilight Zone episode. I'm told some of these Goosebumps books are like Twilight Zone stories for kids, and that's totally fine by me. In fact, I prefer the books that are centered around neat ideas because I'm a huge wimp who's afraid of monsters. Overall, a great scary book for kids. I'm not a kid, but I still like the book and its setup. It's not perfect, but I have a feeling this is about as good as the series will get. I give Goosebumps number 4, say cheese and die, 10 deadly futures out of 10.